We haven't done anything. We haven't broken any rules.
Name one person whose life was so much better because they broke a couple of rules.
Picasso.
He broke art rules.
Rosa Parks.
Name another
Susan B. Anthony.
God damn it.
Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks, put me to your lip. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel over here at Broke Boy Media, and today we're going to be reviewing Booksmart. Devin and I had tickets for an early access screening yesterday on the 19th, and it was amazing. So we got to see the movie a week early, and it was everything I didn't think I ever wanted in like a coming of age film in general. But as always, as I said, Devin is here with me today. How are you doing today, buddy?
Yo, what's going on?
Yo, yiggity yo. Not much, man. It's hot. It's hot here in Music City. It's 87 degrees, and I hate allergies. So forgive me, my voice is a little raspy today, but so as I said, we are reviewing Booksmart. We'll do a non-spoiler section first, to just giving you our first glimpse of the film, our first thoughts of the film, and we'll go from there, and we'll let you guys know once we hit a spoiler section. Thinking we'll do like a little not a timestamp, but probably have like a little clip of like the trailer in between the non-spoiler section and the spoiler section. I think I'm gonna try that out for this guy. But as we said, we are reviewing Booksmart. Comes out next week. We got early screening tickets for this. It's directed by Olivia Wilde, and some of the cast members. There's Kaitlyn. She plays Amy. Amy is she's one of the few gay characters in the movie overall. But if you Kaitlyn also plays Eve Baxter on Last Man Standing with Tim Allen, which I think is a very funny show. And then we have Billie Lourd. She plays Gigi, Amy's best friend. And then Lisa Kudrow plays Amy's mom, aka Phoebe Buffay. And who else am I? Will Forte looks very familiar, plays Amy's dad. But what were your first thoughts about the movie going in, just from your initial thoughts from the trailer, and then, from the trailer to actually seeing the movie?
Well, Gigi was actually Kaitlyn's lover. Molly was the best friend.
Oh, crap. Wow. I messed that up hard. Beanie Fieldstein is Molly. For whatever reason, you would think that they would put okay, anyway. Yeah. Sorry about that, everyone. So Billie Lourd is, someone totally different. Wow. So this story follows Amy and Molly. They've been goody two shoes their entire high school life, and they want to let loose. They want to get crazy, get wild, and just they want to know what it feels like to be actual teenagers before they graduate. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were your initial thoughts about the movie?
I loved it. I really wasn't expecting it to like it this much. I thought it looked funny, but I didn't think it was going to be like this perfect of a coming of age film. Like,
yeah, it really is, man. This kind of reminds me of like the female version of Superbad in a way. But
yeah, I was going to say that it's kind of like also a new age Superbad, which makes us sound very old, but it's like an updated new age Superbad kind of.
Literally everything from like, they have Lyft drivers, and from the cell phones, and just the the only unrealistic thing about the movie is that like everyone seems to be getting into these super smart schools. But I think the point of the movie was that you don't always have to be like a bookworm, and you can still have fun and care about school at the same time, instead of just purely only caring about academics. I think that was the point of the movie, because when when Molly's like freaking out when she's finding out all these all of the cool kids are going to like all these prestige colleges throughout the US, and the one kid, I didn't, like one kid with the super long hair, he's like, I didn't get into school. He's like, I got an offer from Google for coding.
It's no Apple.
Yeah, it's no Apple, but I was like, Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I totally agree with you, man. I didn't really know what to expect from this movie, and I was just laughing the entire way through. The chemistry between Caitlin Dever and Feldstein was
That
flawless,
that
man.
first scene that it was in the trailer, that first scene where she gets out of the car and they both start dancing. It's
Yeah.
just it's so funny. Like,
Yeah, like that's exactly what kids would do, you know? Like
yeah.
it's like their thing, you know? Just a quick little warning, we're about to head into our spoiler section of this review. If you haven't seen the movie yet, you have been warned. So here we go.
Oh, what? Oh. What? Missed ya.
I missed you. I missed you so much.
Been one night.
Are we gonna go to school or?
Nope. I don't think we are.
No, we're just gonna stay here.
The two people that Amy and Molly were both interested in, those two people were interested in each other. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I wasn't
crap.
expecting that.
I really wasn't. I was like, I probably should have saw it coming, but like they didn't give us any, they didn't hint at anything at all because, you know, they made us believe that like, oh, you know, like these are like their high school crushes and, you know, they're finally going to like, you know, take that next step and stop being shy and, you know, stop worrying so much about rejection. Like, you know, sometimes you honestly just have to, you know, like shoot your shot overall. And, you know, whatever happens. If, you know, you just have to be bold. You got to be brave. You got to have that confidence. But I did like the two different natures between Amy and Molly because it did seem like Amy was more reserved, but she was more observant and careful about the decisions that she made versus Molly, who was just like, gotta go get him, like, let's go. But
I bet you liked when Molly's crush dropped the Harry Potter heat on her and made her all flustered.
Dude, she was like, oh my lord, this man knows about HP.
He knows I'm a Slytherin.
He knows.
He's
like,
flirting so hard.
Slytherin / Ravenclaw. She's like, oh my god. And that one, the high strung girl, she was hysterical. Oh my gosh, what was her name?
Wait, which one?
The high strung girl, the not AAA,
AAA roadside service for
that
guys.
That was great.
I love when she was like, I never really did that. Okay, I did.
Was it Gigi, the girl who was like always on like something, was like drunk or, you know, always?
Yeah, she just like kept showing up in random places.
Yeah.
Like, where do you come from?
Yeah. It was, oh my gosh, it was great, man. We could talk about this movie for hours and hours, but like, yeah, the part, I didn't know they were gonna go that far with Amy and was it Hope? I think her name was the girl that she ended up like hooking up with. Yeah, Hope, the girl that she ended up hooking up with in the bathroom.
Yeah, I
was like, oh, okay, so like they're kind of going that far. I'm like, well, it is rated R, but like, you know, it was raunchy, but it wasn't like.
And then she goes for the wrong hole.
She goes for the wrong hole, and then she throws up on her. But like, just the
people were like cringing in the theater. It was like,
yeah,
oh,
I was like,
no.
What? The panda, poor kung fu panda.
That panda was hilarious. Then like the parents start kissing it.
She like used that to get off. Amy used that to get off. I was like, wow. Like they're just throwing everything at the audience, and it was so
it's realistic.
Yeah, it really was, because it's like, I mean, no one's
teenagers are wild, and
and I mean they still have that innocence even when AAA went to pick up Molly on the side of the road, and they both found out. Well, they found out prior in the movie that, you know, they're both going to, was it Harvard?
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, you know, when we get to Harvard, like, can you, like, you know, not use my nickname? Because it's kind of like Molly was so embarrassed or like angry at AAA because she, you know, she thought she had it all, and she was kind of mad that like, oh, you know, like, you guys don't give any like two shits about like, you know, academics. And she's like, no, we do. We just, you know how to enjoy ourselves while doing it. But it kind of showed like a moment of vulnerability for AAA, played by Molly Gordon. when she was like, hey, you know, like I really just want people to know who I am instead of who I was in high school. Because, you know, when you're moving away to college, it's kind of like a clean slate and, you know, you can be whoever you want to be type of thing. But the pizza driver.
Oh my God. I was not expecting that.
That was like, but he was being
He's
so
like, what? He was like, what are you doing? You're trusting a stranger? I could harass you.
He was being so specific. I'm like, okay, something's up with this guy. And then it turns out later that, you know, they were looking for this. What was he?
Yeah,
like,
he's wanted for the Valley Strangler.
Yeah, the Valley Strangler. That's what it was. But he was like, he's like, why are you guys so putting your trust in an entire stranger and whatever. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. But like,
those hair masks were hilarious.
I was just about to mention that the hair masks were hysterical, dude. At first, I didn't know what they were doing. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, oh, it's their hair. I'm like, oh, that's clever. That's something I haven't really seen before. But yeah,
that's how she gets her out of jail. The information.
Yeah. But the pizza delivery driver was played by Michael Patrick O'Brien. So that was
He's an SNL alum, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so. But Jared was hysterical.
Yeah,
played by Skylar Gisondo. He was pretty cool.
Yeah, like the rich guy that always tries to buy everyone's affection.
Yeah, the first thing that they do when they're trying to find out where oh my gosh, what was his name? Ryan's party or Theo's party? No,
Something.
So, I can't remember the guy's name. Nick's party, maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah. They're trying to figure out where it is, and he like picks them up, takes them to like that boathouse party.
Yeah.
Literally nobody's there besides Jared and Gigi, and Gigi's just
The weird
everywhere.
thing in my theater, like everyone like kept saying "aw," like in sadness at that part. They're like "aw."
Oh, yeah, when they show up and there's no one. I was like, no,
I was like,
funny.
I don't really feel
My
bad.
theater was cracking up, dude. It was a great audience to go watch that movie.
Yeah, I had a good audience too. Laughs and then a lot of awing for some reason, but
the only part, like, it really hit me home when Amy and Molly were arguing. Like,
yeah, that was a really intense scene. Actually,
that's real. You know, it kind of it just happens. You know, I mean, yeah, friends are always, you know, together, but it's very rare and often when they have those kind of fights, but it kind of grows the relationship even more. Then we got Miss Fine.
Miss Fine.
Miss Fine. Oh my gosh, that was hysterical.
She's like, "Do you think it'd be weird if we went inside that party?"
I was like,
"Yeah,
oh gosh,
yeah, definitely be weird."
Yeah, it's like it'd be weird though, right? They're like, yeah, it's like, okay, we see what you're trying to do here. That was funny as hell. Yeah,
and then the long-haired dude hooks up with her.
He was like, Miss Fine. She's like, you're 20, right? He's like, yeah. Just trying to make sure that, you know, he can't be under 18.
And I love Jason Sudeikis as the principal, and also the Lyft driver.
That was when they were watching porn on the phone. He's like, oh, you guys listen to some music back there? I
don't even know what noise that was.
It's like.
Yeah, I don't even know what was happening in that video, but
it was like, I can't even make the noise, dude. Like, it was just a bunch of like weird like fapping and just like all these weird like moist, gross sounds. Oh
like
my
I saw that coming, but it was still funny. Like,
yeah,
it was still hilarious.
I didn't expect her like, you know, him to actually sync up the phone, and it sunk up so quick. She's like, "What do you say? Is that Cardi B?"
Yeah, is that Cardi B? That's the new Cardi B.
Oh my gosh, dude, that was great.
And I believe Jason Sudeikis is married to Olivia Wilde, which is why he got that nice role.
Yeah, dude, them rolling up at graduation after Amy gets
arrested, that was so cool. Just like smashes through the fence. Right. Everyone cheers. Jared giving Molly's speech. I am a strong female.
Oh my gosh, dude! They went. It was just a great ride, dude. Like, I mean, you know, them going from place to place. You know, then that solved murder mystery when they turn into the dolls.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm surprised those strawberries hasn't hit you yet. She's like,
she just kept feeling herself. Like, oh, I like these.
She's like, oh, She's like, I know this is like demeaning the woman, but like, damn, I look good. It was great, man. Honestly, and I would give this. I can't give it a. I might have to give it somewhat a perfect score. Like I can't even like that only small flaw when the only small flaw was like the unrealistic part that like everyone's going to like these super prestigious schools, but prestigious schools, but as I said earlier, it's probably just like a message like, hey, like people can still get into school and party at the same time or be themselves, not only dedicate themselves to academics. But I can't find any. I don't think I have any other like gripes with this movie. That's such a small nitpick that it's like not even worth mentioning, but even though
one small thing for me is that I thought it was kind of unrealistic how at the end like everyone in the high school pretty much liked each other.
Yeah,
like, that's not very
well
realistic.
Yeah, that normally happens in movies. It's like, oh, everyone's got to get along at some point, but I think that was just more of an after effect with. They're like, oh, like Amy and Molly came out, even if it was for one night, it still kind of hit hard because even though people are like, happy to graduate, they're still sad at the same time because it's like it's literally like an entire chapter of your life. It's just over, and like, people are gonna move on, and like that's kind of how it was with my grade. Like, I mean, no, at first I was like, oh, whatever, but like, that's when people start getting like super, not, I guess you could say sentimental in a way, and then your relationship after high school kind of changes because it's like you're growing up with these people and everyone's going through puberty, and then you kind of look back, like looking back at it, especially with them graduating, it's like none of it's really going to matter, how many fights you got into and stuff like that. But I do understand where you're coming from, but probably just the fact that these two kids who have never been out a single day in their entire high school lives is probably why they weren't liked as much. And the fact that they were just super sticklers about academics. But yeah, I do understand where you're coming from. But out of 100, what would you give this score of a movie?
I'm thinking like 92.
Ooh,
just like really good.
I was gonna go 98.
Wow,
I really like this movie, man.
That's high praise.
Yeah. I mean, and it's always the smaller, it's always the smaller films when you think that aren't going to perform as much. Like, I mean, you look at 8th Grade. I didn't think I was really gonna like that, and then I ended up liking it a lot. And like,
yeah, I can see some similarities to 8th Grade with like the cringy parts that they had to throw in.
I definitely think, like, I mean, this one was definitely more funny, but I definitely think 8th Grade had a little bit more of the cringiness.
Yeah, it was more realistic.
Yeah, but like this, it was just such a great movie. Director, the entire full cast and crew, they all did a great job with this movie. It's just there's no sequel. Towards the very end, like kind of jumps
the ending was so good.
Yeah,
like, you want to go get some fucking pancakes?
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, I do. And then it just
like ends. It was such an emotional goodbye. They're both crying and tearing up.
Oh yeah, she was torn apart. And it's kind of like
it really did remind me of Superbad. At the end of Superbad, they're going off to separate colleges and they're like having a real moment together. It's like you have to. It's like real emotions. That it's good to show those on the screen. Real emotions for real people.
Absolutely, man. It's the fact that Amy, and like farther away she was like walking. She's like, oh, it's just a like an airplane flight. I'll be like, what's the year? Like she said, what's the year? And then it kind of just broke down. And then like fucking out of nowhere, she's like, I can be the last one on the flight. It's like, yeah, that is true. It's like, you want to get pancakes? Fuck yeah, I do. It just ends, man. It was great ride. Highly recommend this movie to anyone. So you say you gave it a 92?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm gonna stick with my 98, man. I don't know. I just thought it was great. It kept me engaged the entire time. Never once was I bored. Pacing was amazing, and it was just an overall great movie. And I mean, if they were to make another one, I don't know if I would want it with the same people. Maybe, or like if they did it, I'd be kind of interested to do like a college years type situation.
I'm interested to see what Olivia Wilde can do next. This is her directorial debut.
Oh, was it really?
She's a pretty well known actress. I'm sure if you saw a picture, you'd recognize her.
Oh
She's
yeah,
been in some things.
yeah. I'm on. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm on IMDb right now, so yeah,
yeah.
She definitely looks familiar for sure. I've seen her around.
Just like Bo Burnham's directorial debut with 8th Grade, this one just as good. Let's see what she can do in the future.
Yeah, man, it's an exciting time for original. This wasn't. I don't think this wasn't based off anything, was it?
No, this is definitely original.
Complete original. See,
I think so.
You see, Hollywood original movies do work. Well, that's okay because adaptations work too. They just have to be properly adapted. I should say. Wow, cannot talk today. It's the heat talking. But yeah, let us know your comments, and thoughts about this movie below. This does come out next week on the 24th. So, it
is rated R. So if you're a teenager under 17, find a way to get in.
Yeah, seriously, if you can, just go see this movie.
We're not condoning any illegal activities, but
I mean,
get tickets for Aladdin. Go see this.
Go see, yeah. And then after that, go see Brightburn like a day or two later because it comes out next week as well. Brightburn.
Yeah.
And we're doing a review on that too, so that'll be fun. Very excited to see that. All right, everyone. Thank you, as always, Devin, for joining us. And we're also going to be reviewing John Wick, so keep a lookout that video as well. But as always, let us know about your thoughts about this movie. Questions, comments, concerns in general. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BrokeBoyMedia. It's BrokeBoyMedia. Wow. I'm literally losing it today, dude. BrokeBoyMedia, broke_boy, that's BOI, then _media. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Hey, you wanna hear a good joke? Nobody speak, nobody get choked.